Hello everyone, you're welcome to News Journal, where we give you daily information on what is happening around you and in Nigeria at large. In line with the ongoing protests, about 40 people have been arrested in northern Nigeria for waving Russia's national flag during protests against the high cost of living and what they feel is bad governance. Amid this crackdown, Army Chief Christopher Musa warned that it is a treasonable offence to fly the flags of foreign countries. Yes, we know that flying the flag of foreign countries signify that that country is standing in solidarity with the protesters for their safety. But this is not the case. Nigeria has been seeing 6 days of nationwide protests in which at least 7 people have died and more than 700 have been arrested. Demonstrators have been chanting slogans such as "We are hungry," while a minority have been pictured waving Russia's flag and voicing support for Russian President Vladimir Putin. According to local media, some of these protesters have called on Moscow to rescue them. The subsequent arrests are seen as an attempt to stifle any fledgling support for Russia in Nigeria, a leading oil producer and a key ally of Western power. Several countries in the wider region of West Africa, including Nigeria's neighbor Niger, have pivoted away from the West and towards Russia after recent military coups. Civilian governments, backed by the likes of France and the US, had rapidly lost popularity. Critics accused them of failing to tackle insecurity, corruption, and economic problems. Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to power in May 2023 after winning fiercely contested elections. Satisfaction with his leadership was plummeted, with many blaming his policies for the sharp increase in the cost of living. He scrapped a long-standing state subsidy on fuel in his inauguration speech, causing pump price to rise. The moving had a knock-on effect on the cost of food and other basic commodities. Mr. Ahmed Tinubu has urged frustrated Nigerians to be patient, insisting his policies would bear fruit. He has appealed for an end to the protests and held a meeting with security chiefs on Monday to assess their scale. Afterwards, Army Chief Christopher Musa said, "We are warning in clear terms that we will not accept any individual flying any foreign flag in Nigeria. That is a treasonable offense, and it will be viewed and treated as such." The Russian embassy in Nigeria has distanced itself from the demonstration, saying that the flags were the personal choices of protesters. As always, we emphasize that Russia does not interfere in the domestic affairs of foreign states, including Nigeria, it added. On Monday, the northwestern state of Kaduna and Zamfara saw a massive turnout of demonstrators. Kaduna police spokesman Mr. Hassan said 39 people were arrested there, including a tailor who was sewing the foreign flag for the groups. Close to 40 Russian flags were confiscated, as well as a Chinese one, he added. A curfew has now been imposed in Kaduna, the sixth state to take such action since last week, forcing millions of people to stay at home. In a statement, Nigerian Secret Service said tailors have also been arrested in Kano State for making Russia flags. Some of their sponsors have also been kicked. Investigation is ongoing, it said. Rights group Amnesty International says 13 people have been killed since protests began last week and accused security forces of using excessive force against demonstrators. Mr. Tinubu addressed the nation on Sunday and said his government was committed to address the concerns of protesters. He added that the protest had been hijacked by looters in some areas and ending the unrest would create room for dialogue. It was reported that some people have an ulterior motive just to fulfill their interests, and that the production of the Russian flags were part of that agenda, because most of the Northerners were seen to be carrying these flags were children, and those who are even sewing the flags were not learned. So who has informed them that this can be possible? How have they been able to gain this knowledge if it's not people coming in with their own ulterior motives? So we are saying that Nigerians should be educated about these things, and the Russian government are coming out. Even from the Russian embassy, it was stated the Russian embassy in Nigeria denied involvement in the statement on its website on Monday. The government of Russia Federation, as well as any Russia officials, are not involved in these activities and do not coordinate them in any way, it said. And so guys, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're able to get all the information you needed for you to answer your questions, your dying questions. Okay, so I want you to hit the subscribe button if you want to get informed on what is happening around you. Hit the subscribe button and join the family. And yes, we'll see you on our next one. Bye-bye.
Offense, and it will be viewed and treated as such. So nobody should allow himself to be used by any individual. Also, the issue of coups. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Nigeria is a democratic nation. All security agencies are here to defend democracy and ensure that democracy continues to strive. We will not accept anyone pushing or taking any action, seemingly or for whatever reason, to want to push for any change of government. Democracy is what we stand for. Democracy is what we continue to defend. For those of them flying flags, if you see a lot of them are kids being pushed to do that. We're following up with those ones that are sponsoring them, those that are pushing them, because the flags were also made. We identified those areas and we're going to take serious action against them. The president is clear on his instructions for us not to accept anyone that wants to disrupt the peace and tranquility of Nigeria.